Welcome to Dano on the Counter. On today's show, we're going to make a chicken teriyaki and rice.
Mouth-watering family recipes, easy-to-make meals, humor and faith fill the inspiring show Dano on the Counter. Born with only half a spine, Dan Burkhart was never supposed to hold his head up. Despite countless surgeries, a stroke, leg amputations, and kidney transplants, Dano developed a contagious love for life. Join Dano on the Counter as he shares his easy-to-make dishes and a hope that keeps him pushing forward.
For the teriyaki chicken and rice, you're going to need 1 tablespoon of oil, 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, half of a red pepper, half of a green pepper, 1 cup of matchstick carrots, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 2 3/4 cups of chicken broth, 1 cup of rice, 1 cup of frozen peas, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of honey, and 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Dano on the Counter. Excited to share with you guys another recipe and also what God has been doing in my life. And here we are in fall, getting ready for football season and getting ready for those awesome tailgates. I'm excited about going up to State College for some Penn State games, watching football, NFL on Sunday, watching the Steelers and the Buccaneers, my 2 favorite teams, of course. And, what a great time to just kind of hang out at the house and pig out on some of your favorite snacks and foods. I'm a big nacho guy. I love making homemade nachos. I like to load them up with chicken and beef and jalapenos and sour cream and different types of cheeses, and I know you guys all have those favorite meals that you like to make during the game. Shoot me an email. Let me know what those are. Maybe we'll make them on the show. I like always to have things that you can take with you to a tailgate or to a potluck. I know that we always take, like smokies or meatballs or something that we can throw in a crock pot. Those quick and easy meals that kind of last all day, that can kind of sit there. Another one of my favorites is a bacon wrapped jalapeno. I've made these several times, and the trick on this obviously is how you cook the bacon to let them cook long enough. But if you overcook them, not only will you burn the bacon, but your cheese will cook out of the jalapeno. And so that's a kind of a tricky thing. I found that like 20 minutes in the oven is kind of best. But that is one of my favorite snacks when I'm sitting around the house, hanging out with my friends, watching the games. Bacon wrapped jalapenos. Maybe we'll make them here on the show one day, and I can show you the recipe that I use. But those are a great quick snack. So if you have something like that, something that you make for the games, for game day, let me know what it is, and maybe we'll make it here on the show. All right, today we're gonna make a 1-pot teriyaki chicken. It's gonna have a little bit of rice in it. It's gonna have, of course, chicken, some honey. We're gonna make our own like teriyaki sauce. We'll have a lot of fresh vegetables in it, some peppers, some onions, and kind of throw it all together in the skillets. Again, it's a 1-pot deal. It takes about 25 minutes to cook. Start with our vegetables here in the produce section. We'll grab some good, colorful bell peppers, and you can kind of grab whatever you like. Kind of mix it up if you want. You can do some yellows, some reds. Of course, add some greens. If you want, you can grab just the bag that has all of them in there together. But we'll just kind of dice these up, throw them in our pot with our chicken. So we'll grab a couple of these. Next, we're gonna add some carrots in here. You could shred these if you want. You can chop them if you want. However you want to do it. Throw them in the food processor, mince them up real easy. Gonna need about half a cup of these. So we'll grab a little small package of here. We'll cut them up real fine, throw them in there as well. Right here in the same section, we're just gonna grab a little bit of ginger and a little bit of garlic as well. So you could mince your own and do all that if you wanted to, but if you have the jar stuff in the fridge at home, it's easy enough just to use that as well. Like I was just saying, you could use the fresh garlic if you wanted to. the jar stuff is fine. You're only going to need about a teaspoon of it. So teaspoon of garlic is good. And they have the ginger already minced up for you as well. So you're going to need about a teaspoon of this. So why not just get it already done? Like I said, if you have it in the fridge already, you can use this. But if you want to do fresh, you can do that as well. So we're just gonna need about a cup of chicken broth for our teriyaki chicken. I usually get the lower sodium one, but it's up to you. You're gonna end up probably putting salt back in it anyways, but that teriyaki sauce is gonna have so much salt already in it. It's up to you, how do you like your food, if you like it really salty or not, but I'm gonna go with the low sodium one. Like I said, just about a cup and a half of this, and then we'll grab our chicken, and then we'll just be about ready to get out of here. Can't do teriyaki chicken without chicken, so we're gonna get a pound of chicken breast here. We're gonna cube this up and saute it in our pan. So if you want to double this, obviously you need 2 pounds, but this should be enough to feed 3 or 4 people in your family. So pound of chicken with all of our rice and vegetables and all that should be plenty. Boneless, skinless, nice and lean piece of chicken here. We'll grab that, throw it in our cart. All right, teriyaki chicken, last ingredient, cup of rice. We're gonna cook this in our sauce. So we'll grab just a regular white rice. You could use basmati if you wanted to, whatever you have in your cupboard. Just long grain we're gonna go with today, just plain old regular white rice. Throw this in here, 2 to 1. We're gonna cook it with our water, 2 cups of water per 1 cup of rice. We have all of our ingredients here for our teriyaki chicken, and we're gonna head back to the house, start cooking. Pretty easy, quick meal, and not too many ingredients, but I think you'll be able to do it on any weeknight. So hopefully you guys can put it together as easy as I do. So let's head to the house.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Disabled? Lead an active life with a wheelchair from Dick's Home Care. Your wheelchair will be properly fitted to you for your comfort. Choose from Dick's full line of mobility products, including manual wheelchairs, custom manual, power wheelchairs, and scooters for both adults and children. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Hey y'all, welcome into the kitchen today. Today I'm gonna make a really simple chicken teriyaki and rice dish. It's a 1-pot dish that I love. If you watch many episodes of the show, that you'll see that we use these all the time. They're super simple, not overly complicated, and that's something you could do on a weeknight. Not a whole lot of dishes. That's what we love here in doing the show, and it tastes great as well. So what I have here is just our skillet, and I have a little bit of olive oil in there already. I have 2 chicken breasts that I just diced up that I'm gonna put in the pan. And I'm just gonna brown this off real quick. Cubed it up. About 1-inch pieces maybe. Pan is good and hot here with the oil in it already. We're just gonna brown these up. Now, chicken teriyaki is probably one of my favorite dishes. When it comes to Asian dishes, I love chicken saute, and I love teriyaki, chicken on a stick, all those things. This one has rice in it. You could do it without the rice if you wanted to, and just do like a stir fry type with just the sauce and the chicken, or any vegetables you want to add. If you want to add some snow peas in here, we're just adding regular frozen peas into this one, but by all means add anything you want. Mushrooms again would be good in this. Some onions in this as well. Anything really that you want would be good in here to add. You got some picky eaters in your family. Maybe they just want the chicken plain, you know. Maybe they just want the chicken, just the sauce. So you can add or take away any of this that you want. I know when we do a stir fry per se at home here, we always add water chestnuts. We know that's always a good thing. They taste great and they absorb all the flavor from the sauces. So that's always a tasty thing to put in here as well. So this sauce is going to be a sweet sauce, and then it's going to have the sour part with the vinegar in it, but it's going to have honey in it as well. It's going to really add that sugary sweetness to the chicken, really help it caramelize and cook off. Health-wise, it's a pretty good, healthy meal as well. We're not adding any extra sugars besides the honey in it, so we're using an all-natural honey that we're using today. By all means, you could do it with noodles if you wanted to. Any kind of rice that you like. Brown rice, that's what we're going to use today. Regular white rice would be fine. Any of those would be okay. We just got our chicken in here. We're just gonna make sure all that pink's gone, cook it all the way through. Probably like 4 minutes, maybe something like that, 4 or 5 minutes to cook this chicken off. All right, so we have our chicken here. It's all browned up, all the way cooked through. Next thing we're gonna do is add some seasonings here. We have a little bit of ginger, and we have some garlic that we minced up. Just gonna add that. That is hot. We're gonna turn that down a little bit. That oil is super hot, so we're gonna turn that down. And add that ginger and garlic. Really add some flavors in here. And that'll just take a couple seconds. To get all that flavor in there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add our bell peppers. We went ahead and went with yellow and red today. Like I said at the store, you can get whatever you want, any flavor, or any color I should say, pepper that you want. And we're just going to saute these down a little bit. We like a little bit of crunch in this dish. We don't want them too soft. Because they are going to cook down with the chicken broth in the rice. So we don't want to cook them too much right now. We just want to kind of saute them, soften them up just a little bit. We don't want them soft and slimy like a cheesesteak or something like that. We'll cook these through. Smells pretty good in here with that garlic and ginger there and the chicken. Then we have a little bit of carrot as well. Probably about 3/4 of a cup. We bought these already cut up in little matchsticks. And the same thing with these. We just want to cook them up just a little bit. We don't want to overcook them where they turn to mush, because that'll happen pretty quick. But nice colors in here with the red, orange. Okay, it's looking good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add things to make our sauce. First thing we're going to do is add our honey. This is like 3 tablespoons of raw honey here that we're gonna add in here. Get all this out here. Super sticky. Looks good. And that's gonna add all of our sweetness to the dish. We're gonna coat all the chicken in that. Just wanna make sure we don't burn that. And then we have our soy sauce. Just gonna add our flavor in there. Cook the chicken in that. Now it's really starting to smell good. Chicken's really starting to absorb all the different flavors that we have going on in here. So just to recap here, we have our ginger, our garlic, our peppers, our carrots, our honey, sweet and sour, not sweet and sour, I'm sorry, our honey and our soy. And then here's the sour part, just a little bit of vinegar in there as well. And that's just about a tablespoon. And that'll make our teriyaki chicken the teriyaki. All right. So that's looking really good. Flavors on there are looking fantastic. And this is one of those meals that you could do ahead of time as well. I would probably make the rice separate and just put this over rice if you were going to do it that way. Leftover rice just doesn't, I don't feel it heats up well unless you put a lot of sauce on it. But if you want to cook the chicken ahead of time and then come home and just make the rice, you could do that. Or if you're going to cook it in the morning and then have it that night. But I probably wouldn't make the rice a day ahead unless you're going to make sushi, because then you need day-old rice. So. But it gets kind of sticky and gummy. So, all right. Chicken's looking good there. The last couple things we're going to do is we're going to add our peas in here. Just more color. It's about 3/4 cup of frozen peas. You can use fresh, you use snow peas, you can use anything you want in there. And to finish this off with our vegetables and our teriyaki chicken, because we're going to cook our rice in the dish so that it's all one pot. It's going to heat those peas all the way through, as we're going to add a cup of rice. We're using a brown rice there. Trying to stay a little healthy since we put all that sugar and the honey in there. So we'll add some nutrients in there with the brown rice. Stir that up. It's looking really good. And then we're going to add our chicken stock. And that's going to cook through and cook our rice. So we're going to bring this up to a simmer. Then we're going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes or so until that rice absorbs all that moisture. If you need more moisture, you can always add more rice to it. I'm sorry, more chicken stock to it. If you notice that it's getting too dry. So we'll bring this up to a simmer. We'll let this cook down, and then we'll be ready to plate it up and eat it. All right, so we have our rice in here that's all cooked up now. We have our chicken and our vegetables This is just about done. We're just gonna let it cook for just a couple more minutes here, but it looks pretty good. We're gonna serve this up, and while this finishes up, just absorbing that last little bit of chicken stock, we'll head over to the studio for a little quick inspirational message.
Dick's Home Care installs Bruno stair lifts, giving you your independence back. Pets are a part of the family, and they can be pretty smart. This dog knows the Bruno stair lift has a comfortable ride and is very safe and reliable. He watches his family using it, and they love it. Yes, this is a very smart dog. Bruno stair lifts, used by the whole family. Call the leader in home health care equipment, Dick's Home Care.
This segment is brought to you by Harry's Construction, whose motto is, "If you can dream it, we can create it." They are the kitchen and bath design experts, so call Harry's Construction for all your remodeling needs.
Hey y'all, welcome into the studio. Today I just want to share with you a quick inspirational word about the power of prayer. This is something that, in Sunday school we're taught about. We're taught to pray as kids, to pray over our food and our meals. I have friends that have little ones that are probably 3 years old, and they're taught, thank you, Lord, for this food and make it good in my tummy, kind of thing, and taking from that as you grow, what your prayer life is like and what my prayer life has been. And I just want to share with you something that's kind of been on my heart lately is I think that is such an important part of our faith is to spend time and meditate in prayer and when we're praying for things and we're praying for wisdom and really praying for God's will, where does that come from? And that really comes in our prayer life and in studying the Word. Are you opening your Bible? Or are you, doing your devotions? Are you taking time to read what God has to say to you? And sometimes we, flip through the Bible and we'll land on a spot and we'll say, okay, Lord, show me something here, and, help me get through this situation. I'm just going to flip through my Bible, and when I open it, it'll be the correct verse, and it'll change everything. And and a lot of times we all know that doesn't happen, but if you're continually being in the Word and continually reading what God tells us and how He talks to us through the Word, it can be remarkable, and you'll find that your will and doors will be open up to you, and the situation that you're going through, you can really see God in it, and people will come into your life and show you different things, and you'll say, oh, you know what? I've been praying about this, and you've gone through that too. Like, oh wow, like this opportunity in work has really opened up since then. This relationship has really flourished because now we're reading the Bible together. But that's what I really want to encourage you today is get into the Word, but especially get into that prayer time. I take my prayer time very casually, to be honest with you. I pray on the way to work. I pray on the way home from work. I pray, of course, before I go to bed or when I first wake up. It may be something really simple, like, God, please help me with this situation. Help me not to be angry at this person. Help me to, give this person the benefit of the doubt, when things are disappointing for you. It can be so casual that it doesn't have to be a, sit at home, light a candle, get in a dark space, God is a part of our life when we have that Spirit, the Holy Spirit in us from the time that we ask God to come into our life. And that is really something that is a relational thing, in building that relationship where we can call on God for everything. In my own personal life, there have been so many things that happened that I had to call out to God and say, okay, God, where are you in this situation? My health is failing, this tragedy has happened where I've lost a loved one. Where are you in all of this? Help me, give me peace about these situations. And honestly, God is there for you, and God has been there for me. I've prayed for miracles. I've prayed for complete healing. I prayed for an organ, a kidney. And those things, maybe your prayer might not be, such a big thing, but are you asking God to help you in the small things as well? And that's what I really want to encourage you today, is to ask God in all the small things and all the big things, and be aware of what God is doing in your life, and pay attention to those things that, God is really here. God is really showing himself in this situation. And that's really the encouragement I have for you today. If you haven't had a prayer life before, you're not really involved in giving everything to God, my encouragement today is to give everything to God, small and big. Seek him first thing in the morning. Seek him in every situation. That's really where we want to be, and it'll be remarkable about what God can do in your life and what he shows you by you just giving that little bit of time to him each and every day. So that's my encouragement today. Get involved in your prayer life. See where God is going to take you. Ask him to show you and to be part of your life in every situation, and it'll be remarkable what God can do. So that's my little encouragement today. Let's head back into the dining room and enjoy some awesome food. Hey y'all, welcome into the dining room here. We have our chicken teriyaki here that we made. We got some vegetables in there and our homemade sauce. So guys, check it out. Let me know what you think. Give it a little taste.
That's good. That's really good. It's really good.
I like it too.
It's really good.
All right. Well,
Good mix.
I think it's a winner here. Hope you guys try this at home as well. And let me know what you think. Check us out online. And thanks for tuning in to Dano on the Counter. We'll see y'all next week.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Breathe easier with oxygen from Dick's Home Care. Oxygen concentrators give you a continuous oxygen supply at home. Oxygen cylinders supply oxygen without power. And portable oxygen frees you to go. Dick's Home Care technicians will set your oxygen up and make sure you know how to use it. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.